Oh
I
yeah,
guess
fuck. We
that's
don't even have an intro or anything.
no, we don't. But okay,
Okay, well,
I already started the video. Okay, let's go.
yeah, I know. No, it's okay. We can start out with whatever because we're streaming, so it's not like we need to be professional. But we should address this video by start off this video by addressing this is the very first NerdFace episode, and I'm very glad to have done it because this has taken a long time, a lot of thought, a lot of planning, a lot of whatever, and we're just doing
A
it
lot of
just because.
procrastinating.
Yeah, exactly. That too. A lot of not even
Yeah.
remembering that we wanted to do it. But nonetheless, we are here, and obviously, with the new Overwatch news, I think that we should start it off with the new and current news with Overwatch. So,
News.
so
Getting all Jeffrey up in
obviously,
this bitch.
so obviously we have seen the Moira. I don't know if I'm saying that all right, but the Moira,
Moira.
the Moira, the
Moira,
Moira.
something like that.
It's not really short. The introducing Moira video and the origin story of Moira. Now, from
I have to state, I have not watched the video yet.
Okay, boy. Well, I don't even know.
I'm sorry, I didn't know there was another one, but like, you know.
So, from what I've been gathering, she's a geneticist, and I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but she's a geneticist who is also a healer. But Jeff Kaplan even said that she does a fuck ton of damage. And even
Since she's
then,
in Talon.
yeah,
Like,
another thing.
all Talon characters do so much damage. Like, Widow,
It's true.
Reaper, Doomfist, who else am I forgetting? Sombra. Like, they all do so much damage, and like if you're good with them, like a ridiculous amount. And I guess Moira, or Moira, whatever, does a lot of damage too, but we also have been waiting for, since this game came out, for Talon to get a healer. So.
Yes, okay, yeah, that was what I was going to address as well. Logan and I have been waiting for a Talon healer since it was just Reaper and Widow. Like, we were like, well, fuck, who's going to heal them? And now that we finally have one, we were like, when they announced that they were going to be putting in a new character, Logan and I were crossing our fingers like, it better be the fucking Talon healer. And now that we've got it, to me personally, I have mixed signals about this character, because when I first looked at it, I was like, this is a ripoff of Zenyatta. What are we gonna do here?
I was thinking it was like a combination between Zenyatta and Sombra, and I'm like, oh god, is it gonna be one of these characters where it's like just kind of thrown together because the public wants it? But like, hearing more about it, it doesn't seem that way. I haven't heard anything about the abilities. I haven't heard anything about like what's her like what's her playstyle and everything like that. So kind of confused on that basis, but I really want to know more about her.
Okay, so her damage is pretty overpowered. Well, it's not overpowered because, you know, Overwatch, I think, has had and still does have a lot of credit for their balancing, not issues, but their balancing, I guess, team or like, what's the word? What's the word I'm trying to look for? It's like balancing, how well they balance shit out. I don't know. But they have a lot of credit for balancing their characters, because then it makes the game fun, and it doesn't make it feel like, wow, if you have this character, fuck, you know. But apparently, Moira is a former Blackwatch member. She used to be a part of Overwatch, and then Overwatch was like, fuck you, you can't fucking, your experiments are shitty and like super crazy, and it's time to stop. And then so she went to Blackwatch, who was obviously the undercover Black Ops unit of Overwatch, and she could do whatever the fuck she wanted. And then eventually, now I'm really happy about this, but Logan, in her origin story, it tells what. Okay, so Moira is the reason Reaper is smoke.
So like, okay.
So Moira's experiments and like working with her genetics shit, whatever the fuck.
Well,
She, I'm not sure exactly, but she was doing an experiment on Gabriel Reyes, obviously, and at that point, he's like, you could see it. It's like their little anime animation, which I like. But you can see he's looking at his hands, and then all of a sudden, his body starts to like be all tendrily and black and smoky. So obviously, what we could gather from this is that Moira is the reason that Reaper can become smoke, and also like can dematerialize into smoke and then rematerialize into himself, obviously.
was that the her trying to create like a like like trying to bring him back from the dead, I guess, like bringing him back to being human, but something went wrong, I'm guessing.
Uh,
Because we all know that Mercy tried to bring Gabriel Reyes back from the dead, and you know Mercy fucking up all the time doesn't fucking work. So now we have Reaper. So was her trying to help him, or just him saying, "Well, fuck it, I'm already kind of dead. Just try to experiment on me."
um, I actually, I have a friend who is a Mercy main, and she gave me some really like strong evidence and like her beliefs on saying that Talon is the reason Reaper is Reaper, and she had a lot of like a lot of facts to back it up, and now that I'm seeing this happen, I think that that's true. I don't, I'm not predicting. What's the word? Theorizing that Reaper was Gabriel Reyes was actually resurrected properly and everything was fine, but with Moira and all of her other shit, I feel like Reaper had already had his own agenda and own plans, and with Moira just kind of making him into a smoke like whatever the fuck, he now had the tools necessary. So the tools necessary to bring Overwatch down from the inside. So like Soldier was saying in his origin story, Soldier said Overwatch was hit from the inside and out. I believe that Gabriel Reyes had ties to Overwatch, or had ties to Talon, sorry, while being slightly a part of Overwatch in the Black Watch, Black Ops unit of Overwatch, because we all know that the Black Watch unit was way away from Overwatch, and like the reason people thought that like everything was fucking up was because of the Black Watch unit, and that was like their bad reputation part of Overwatch was the Black Watch unit. So I think that that's a really something we should think about, but I'm not 100% on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing a while ago, but getting just touching back on the team that balances. I recently found this out that everybody, like every character in the game, has had a buff or a nerf. Lots of them, but Tracer has never. I think they did something with her pulse bomb, but that's it. She has had nothing to do with her. She's the most well-balanced character in the game, whether you think it or not, she fucking is. So the whole game is based around her balancing. And the balancing, what it is, like, say with the new Junkrat thing, with his two minds, he's fun to play. The Overwatch team wants the game to be fun to play, at the same time as it's, like, you can counter a character. Yeah, challenging, and you can counter a character with another character. Like, you do have the unbalanced characters that are super, either really weak or really strong. Like, Symmetra, she's not really balanced at all. Like, she's so powerful. And then you got Anna, that is so useless right now. She never gets fucking played. Like, she never gets played anymore. So, like, it's like that. Same with Doomfist. He's not balanced. He's not good, or he's not bad. He's just shit. It's like no one wants to play him. Like, really, like, you only play him just to kill Genji maybe, and then he's useless. Like Doomfist is useless, but as the balancing goes, most of the characters are pretty well balanced. Reaper's one of the most balanced ones that they've had to mess with before and shit. So, he's pretty well balanced. Tracer is like perfectly balanced. You've got so many characters that are so well balanced, and then you bring a brand new character in, which adds bugs to everybody else, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it always adds bugs into the game. So then, whenever a new character comes along, everybody gets scared and excited because new character, awesome. We always want new characters. Then you think of the bugs and what it might affect to your character being maybe a counter, or that a counter to you is just, it worries a lot of people, and then it brings up a lot of things in the community that just either you hate her or you like her.
I think that's a good thing to think about, especially with new characters coming in, because I feel like, I'm not sure if they do think about this. For some reason I feel like they don't, but I bet they do. When a new character is created and introduced, I feel like when that character is being created, the Overwatch team needs to recognize and sort of take note on which characters can counter this new character and which characters can't. You know, which are more susceptible to damage and which are less, and then which characters can take her out easily, or more easily rather, and then others who have more of a challenge, obviously.
Yeah, and it's like that is like you were saying, is like who can do, because every every character gets damage reflected on them differently, because they're all their own character. Take Orisa and Reinhardt's shield. Orisa's is 900 blockage, or whatever you want to call it, shield, and Reinhardt's is 2000. But Reinhardt can move, but is more it's easily, it takes damage a lot easier. I'll just put it simple. And hers doesn't, really. It doesn't absorb as much damage as Reinhardt's would. Because Reinhardt moves, and he has a long-range attack, one of them, but he's a close-range character. Orisa is not a close-range character, she's a long-range attack with a gun that shoots 150 bullets, 5 bullets a second, like something around that. So it's all about like balancing. Like they're pretty well balanced, but I think they're messing around with Reinhardt a little more, trying to make him come into comp more, because no one's really using him in comp.
Yeah, I hope so.
We're still using him in comp just because he's the only shield tank that can move easily. So like a push tank.
Yeah. I'm hoping that Reinhardt gets his I don't know, buff. It's not really a buff, but I hope he gets his balance proper, because I used to be the tank I used to play before, even when Orisa was in the game. The tank I used to always play was Reinhardt. I used to be solely Reaper, and then on defense I'd be Reinhardt. But then I realized he became more and more obsolete as time went on. His shield, to me, lasts 2 seconds and then it's gone. It's fucking almost useless to any other character, or to any, I guess. For a push, it's fine, because they're not trying to... You're trying to get in there. You're not really trying to block a lot of damage. And I understand that more than anybody. When people choose Orisa over Reinhardt when we're trying to push in, is dumb, because I understand that Orisa is a hold tank and Reinhardt is a push tank. But I feel like if his shield just lasted even a little bit longer than it does, we'd have a lot more chance to push or defend, depending on what we're trying to do. I feel like just a little bit more time is necessary, because even if we're trying to push in there and everybody's shooting at Reinhardt's shield, it's gone. It's still instantly gone, no matter if you're trying to push or defend. They fixed his hammer, which I was super happy about. But they either need to A, fix the health on the shield, or B, fix the how susceptible it is to damage, because it just feels like such a useless thing to do. Like that shield, you can throw it up, but it'll be gone within like 5 seconds because of how much damage people do. Oh shit! I'm in the game. Sorry, I'm 12.
As we speak, balls are dropping.
I think now that we're talking about Reinhardt, we should go ahead and move off of Moira, even though she's brand new. We should move over to that Reinhardt short, because that was a really good one. Logan, I don't know if you saw that.
I watched part of it, and then I ended up not watching the rest of it. I don't get informed when this shit comes out, just to let you know. So like, I need to figure out a better way to find out when this stuff comes out. But yeah, that's probably all we're gonna talk about for Moira. Even though we didn't really talk about her too much, it's just because we know absolutely fuck all.
Yeah, you can't really form opinions when you don't really know much about it.
Like, we don't know her abilities, her playstyle.
We can really quick
like,
talk about her alt.
Okay.
I think we can really quick talk about her alt. Her alt is like, Logan, I don't know if you saw the video of her just being introduced, but it's literally a Kamehameha wave. She's like, and it's just a beam of light. Okay. So the cool part about her alt actually is that it's a Kamehameha wave, and it'll fucking obliterate anybody who's standing in that beam, and B, anybody who's on her team, she heals. So it's like a damage and healing beam. So say, I think I used King's Row as a really good example of when we're getting in there. So let's just say we're pushing the payload and she's behind us. She can ult and kill anybody who's trying to stop the payload, while also healing us and letting us be able to take out any stragglers in the process, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, that sounds actually really, really cool. I see how she is. She looks like she's supposed to be a really fast character. I'm watching her right now. And it kind of looks like she's a speed character. They did talk about this, actually. So she... I don't know what she's supposed to do, but she can throw balls. She can throw healing orbs.
Right.
I guess she can teleport. It kind of looks to me. It kind of looks to me right now that she can use other people's abilities to their advantage. Like, I'm looking at her alt right now. It looks like it's going to be that they'll have to play with it quite a bit. But as I'm looking at it, it looks like she can take other people's abilities for herself. She throws up a yellow orb to heal her team, and she throws up a purple orb to go around and, I guess, kill enemies.
Yep.
That's what it looks like to me. And as I'm watching this, it does seem like she takes other people's abilities for her to use, which would also make sense, but I don't know how well that's going to be balanced. So.
Right. Well, I guess that's really it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the last of Moira then. So let's move on to that Reinhardt short, because it was a very emotional short. At least for me, because like I used to be a Reinhardt main, so to me I'm like watching. First of all, watching. Spoilers, by the way, spoilers, like, you have 5 seconds. If you haven't watched the fucking short right now, go watch it, because I'm about to spoil it in 4, 3, 2, 1. Balderich is dead, but we knew that already. But in the short, I was sad because I had to watch the skin that I use, Balderich. I had to watch that character die. Like, we knew he was dead already, but I had to watch him die, and it's a little bit sad. It was really cool, because, the what was it? Fight with honor, die with glory thing. That was really cool. I like that. I feel like the Reinhardt personality thing at the beginning was, like, they were trying too hard. I feel like
Yeah.
if they gave it a little more effort at the beginning there, it would have made it's already emotional, but it would have been like a little bit. It would have given it the extra push that it needed. Because at the start, like Reinhardt's like, "Oh, I'm a cocky bitch. I don't fucking need to stay with my fucking team. I'll fuck for honor and glory and shit and whatever the fuck, you know."
Yeah.
And he's like you know, a narcissistic 16-year-old. um, and it's a little bit like, why, you know, why are you trying so hard there? If they just like, I don't know, if they eased back on it a little bit, or something. I don't really know how to particularly say it, but if they did something, either they pulled it back a little bit, or they did like just something along those lines, then it would have made for a much better, more emotional story there. Once again, still sad that I had to see Balderich die. I'm really excited for the BlizzCon skins. Some of
Yeah.
them, okay, so some of them I like, some of them I'm iffy about. The Orisa one, is Egyptian, right? Uh, I only like that because I play Orisa and she has like no skins, so I was like, dang, memes.
Yeah. As I'm watching it right now, that I'm seeing certain things I'm not really liking, but also liking. As you can see, the model of Orisa is here too.
hmm
And yeah, I don't.
Oh
I'm
yeah, the
not.
OR. Okay, so that was something I really wanted to talk about. The Omnic Crisis OR14 models. I think that
Mhm.
that should be a skin, and I'm not really sure why it's not. But
The
B,
Reinhardt skin
that
should
is
be a
something.
skin.
Yeah. Of course, we're getting that Crusader skin. I'm happy about that. But uh, I feel like we should get that on the Crisis OR14 skin because it's really cool, and we've actually never seen it before, other than in this little short here. And I think that that's a really cool thing to see, especially since the OR14s were in the Uprising, and it would make sense that they'd be in Eichenwald and all that. Um, I have nothing. Oh, I'd like to see that girl's skin. I don't know who that is particularly. I know she's probably supposed to be unimportant, but her skin looked pretty cool. Um, in just being a different Crusader type, you know. I think having variations of Crusader was cool. I think the reason I got a little bit more attached to this short in particular was because they're all wearing giant suits of armor, and that reminds me of my childhood when I used to love Halo. I still love the original Halos. But when Halo was popular and Halo was cool and, you know, all of that, the Spartans were the coolest thing ever. And I think that seeing Crusaders as a team in battle wearing giant suits of armor definitely reminded me of the Spartans. And I think that this, just seeing more variations, even if it's just in shorts, is something really cool to see. But let's get off that and
Yeah.
back onto the Blizzard skins. I like the Torbjorn one. I definitely feel like we should have had an like a fucking firebeard Torbjorn a long time ago, because it was
Yeah.
really cool looking. I like that. Um, there was a Zarya one I didn't really pay attention. Oh, there's a Doomfist one. The Black Hand Doomfist. I'm sure these are probably references to other games that I'm not really caring about. There's, what was it, Berserk, or like Barbarian Zarya. I don't know if it was Berserk or something else, but something else like that for Roadhog. Roadhog has like a skull mask. Black Hand Doomfist. Don't remember what the Orisa skin was called.
Yeah, they're supposed to be very unique skins.
Yes.
Like there's nothing you would have thought they would do.
Yeah, that's the part I love and hate about them making skins, is because they will do that. They will do skins that you never asked for, but they will do it
Yeah.
anyway. Widowmaker got a skin, Nova Widowmaker. I don't even know what that is. It just, to me, it looks like nothing. But see,
Yeah.
nobody asked for it, but they still did it. I'm not sad that Reaper didn't get a skin, because, you know, it's whatever. He's got some cool skins. He's got his Dracula skin. But what was it? What was the one that I saw that I was like weirded out? Oh yeah, the May animated short skin for BlizzCon. I feel like locking. I don't know actually like in particular how these skins are going to be able to be gotten or received or earned or whatever, because I feel like as far as I know, these BlizzCon skins, you have to go to BlizzCon to get them. But if I'm wrong, I will stand corrected. But if we have to go to BlizzCon to get these skins, I feel like locking the May Overwatch short skin behind a door like that is really mean. Because that was like, that's okay. First of all, May is adorable. Okay, you can't deny that. And then second of all, the skin in the Overwatch short that we all basically cried at is like double. It's not really adorable because we all cried, but that skin is adorable. But if they lock it behind that BlizzCon door, I'm gonna be really sad.
I really hope they don't lock the skins behind the doors. To be completely honest, like I feel like that'd kind of be unfair in a sense, because you're not gonna have a lot of people going to BlizzCon. Like, there's only a certain amount. Like, well, it holds like, say, like around 4,000 people. Say 4,000 people go, and there's a few million playing this game. Like, that's a very, very low percentage. I feel like you should be able to get them, but like at least a few of them, maybe something like that. Like, you pick what ones you want or whatever. But I feel like they should be able to get the skins without having to go to BlizzCon and everything like that. Especially like BlizzCon is a thing where a lot of PC gamers go, and Blizzard has admitted they don't really care about console gamers that much. Like, it's not, console gamers aren't that big, to be honest. Like, it's not as competitive as it would be for PC. Like, honestly.
That is, of course, if they do decide to lock those skins behind that door, in which case suck. But if they don't, and we actually do get to play an event. Oh, did you see the Blizzard World map?
No, I have not.
It's a narcissistic theme park about Blizzard. I love Blizzard and everything they've done, but I feel like having this map, especially permanently in the game, at least that's what I was told, having a Blizzard world like Disney World in Overwatch permanently is really fucking weird. And it's one of those things, like, Blizzard will do the thing, will do this thing that you never asked for, but they'll do it anyway. I feel like this isn't necessarily one of those things that we want or need. It's kind of weird to have a map like that. It's a hybrid map too, so I think it's a point and payload map. Either way, though, it's just a little bit weird. It's funny and cool nonetheless. I do like the idea of having like a Blizzard theme park, but I feel like you should go build that in real life and not throw it at me in the game, please. There's obviously a lot of mixed opinions on the internet. I bet I'm going to get shunned because I said that. But that's what actually, now that we're starting this, that's what NerdFace is all about. We don't care. We will throw we'll throw our opinions out there.
Yeah, I like the new skin. I don't like the Blizzard World map, to be completely honest. Looking at it, not really liking it. But hey, it's their game. I'm not gonna argue. We need a new point capture. I feel like it won't really be in the main game, maybe an arcade, something like that. But
yeah, hopefully.
I could stand corrected. They could be like, no, fuck you, it's in the main game, which would take away definitely from the storylines of everybody, take away from the game itself. But I don't know.
Yeah, that especially. I feel like this game is really cool with the player and game interaction. I really do enjoy that. But I feel like that Blizzard World map is dedicated to the people that go to BlizzCon, which is not a lot. And then B, it breaks that fourth wall of like I am this character or I relate heavily to this character and I play this character really
Yeah.
well and I want to know their story and almost become this character because I relate so heavily or because I play them so much or whatever. It kind of takes away from that. Um, I'm not really sure what else to say.
Yeah, before we end this, I want to go over the characters and maps we have got so far for new.
What's the sitch?
I'm what's the sitch? I'm not gonna go over the 3v3 maps and shit like that because pointless and too many. At first we got the first character we got was Anna. Yeah, it was Anna we got. Then it was Sombra, and then we got Orisa, then Doomfist. And there, my video just ended. Whatever. And then we got, for maps, we got Eichenwald, Oasis, and Lunar, and then
Junkertown.
Junkertown, thank you. Those are the maps we've got for like control and shit like that. For the main game, not for arcade and shit like that. Those are the characters in that, and I think that's what we really wanted to cover in this video, right, Kieran?
I feel like we should really quick just give our opinions on the because we talked about it, but we didn't really give our opinions on the Anna and Tracer buffs and nerf. What was it? Mercy's getting a little bit fixed.
Mercy is getting fixed in the sense of she kind of broken his luck. Not a lot of people like her, to be completely honest. No one really likes the new thing. Think it's overpowered. They're gonna change her ult a bit, which will fuck up the pharmacy kind of thing. Anna, as you know right now, cannot shoot through barriers, which just throws her completely right the fuck off the table. So they're gonna fix that. I believe they're gonna fix how much damage she can do, so she can now 3-shot people instead of 5-shotting them. Really.
Okay.
So that's what's being fixed with them, and then they're talking about fixing some other characters, like tiny little things that are not going to be really important.
I feel like Tracer's ult needs to be just a little bit better. Like I
Yeah.
like it. But if you were to play, I like it because like every time I get hit with a Tracer bomb and I'm stuck, I don't have a problem with it because I'm Reaper, so I can just wraith away and it doesn't touch me. But I feel like that at the same time is like really hard for a Tracer player. I actually, very start of this game, Tracer used to be one of my mains, and I felt like that pulse bomb was useless as hell. If you don't stick anybody with that, you kill nobody. I promise you, if that touches the ground, no one's dead unless they step on it. Because it feels like a useless ult.
I think if they're going to change it, they should change it to where if it's close enough to a person, it'll grip onto them. So it kind of floats to the person and sticks onto them, instead of just throwing it and it goes to where you're throwing it, honestly. Or it should, like, float in the air, or, like, something where it's, like, easier to kill someone. But, I think that's good for, this NerdFace episode.
I think
we got
really
the points across.
I'm happy that Anna is getting buffed. Yeah, I like that she's getting buffed. Because I don't play Anna. I only played her for the Junkenstein's Revenge thing. But for damage and for healing, she was kind of... Like, for damage, obviously, she was kind of useless. For healing, it's like tanks only is kind of her deal.
Yeah, because it's like so hard to hit shit with her, and
it's
kind of useless and stuff. But she can't shoot through barriers. But I gotta go.
Okay.
Like, I'll be right back here, but I gotta go.
Oh, you're just gonna run out the room?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll add my little last piece here, and then we'll call it a day. I guess my little thing that I wanted to say about Anna was that. Even though it sounds stupid, I feel like we should have headshots be critical damage and critical healing, whether it's a teammate or an enemy. Because it'll give Anna that boost of like usefulness, because I'm betting even with that buff she's still gonna feel useless because she just uses a sniper that shoots fucking needles. um, so I feel like if we give her that little headshot bonus, even if it's more than others, if we give her that headshot healing and damage bonus, um, it will give her the oomph necessary to make her a less useless character. I know that sounds stupid, the headshot a teammate and then have them critical heals, but I mean, I feel like that's just there for the skilled players, and I feel like that would be sort of a helpful tool for anybody who's willing to do that and or needs it, you know, because like if there are good Anas out there, and I've seen good Anas out there, but I feel like giving them that extra headshot for damage and healing would be super, you know, dandy, super handy to have.
Sorry about that, I'm back.
I gave my last little bit about how we should have critical and headshot healing and damage for the enemies.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had really pissed. Like,
I'm still on. But that's pretty much the end.
Awesome. You got to know I took a piss.
I don't really know. That's I mean, thank you for joining us on the very first NerdFace episode. We will be
NerdFace
yeah,
episode.
no official, no fuck official. I'm looking forward to doing more of these. We were supposed to see the reason we like didn't do one before is because we were going to edit it and actually have an episode, but I feel like, you know, having a live NerdFace thing is good on occasion. But we were going to do a live, or we were going to do like a proper edited one for Doomfist when he was first announced, but
we realized how shitty Doomfist is, and no one gives a fuck, so.
Well, yeah, you know, there's really not a lot to review. There wasn't really a lot to review. There still kind of isn't. But also B, at the point when we were like done editing and it was like pretty, well, not even done editing, done recording and like about to start editing, Doomfist was already like nobody cared about Doomfist anymore, and he was kind of useless.
Yeah, and
like, nobody
just,
cared.
We didn't have enough to talk about. We only recorded for like half hour, and if we like chopped it down and shit, it just would have been garbage. Would have been like a 10-minute video of that. It just wouldn't have been good. So. Yeah, that was official first NerdFace video.
I got nothing else to say. We should, in the future, or even like right after this, we should think of an intro and an outro. But for right now,
thank you for
I'm trying to
joining
think
us.
of a stupid pun to end the NerdFace episode, but we're not gonna. Keep calm and nerd on is what I'm gonna say, because I'm a faggot. Let's end the episode. Alright, see you later, boys.
Bye.
What a fucking horribly like planned outro.
Fucking planned to the point where
It's just see you later.